Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Trusty's Late Night Vintage Live Sale. Still in my temporary time slot. We'll see how long this one continues in this later slot. But it is Thursday night. It is 11 p.m. Eastern, and you are all here with me. So thank you so much. And of course, with me again is Katie from Vintage and Vinyl, being my voice of reason and voice of movement, making sure the sale stays on track. How you doing, Katie?
I'm doing great, Patrick, and I'm thrilled to be back on your sale this evening. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I hope so. And I hear Louie every once in a while in the background. So hello, Louie.
Yes,
maybe she'll settle in for a nap soon, as long as the sprinklers don't go off again. So
yes, hopefully that doesn't happen because she'll go bananas.
So just a slight update on the temporary time slot. This was supposed to be ending within another week or so. The show that I was participating in, the whole reason I switched to this later night slot, has been postponed because of COVID. At this point, it has been postponed to the second weekend in March. Right now, I don't even have rehearsals, so I'm sitting here like it's at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going, I've got nothing to do. But I don't want to be moving my slot around. So I'm staying at this later time. I'll stay at this probably until the show, and unless the show does unfortunately gets canceled permanently, which is a possibility. So at this point, we're going to hang out at this later slot. Ends up being a slightly shorter sale because I don't really want to be up till 1 o'clock in the morning. So we'll just have a handful of stuff, but hopefully you guys are all here, you're having fun. Somebody's saying hi to Nancy. So is it Nancy from This Overstuffed House? Yes. So Nancy was the one who was kind enough to swap with me. So she is doing the 8 p.m. slot. I am doing her 11 p.m. slot, and we'll just see how much longer we do this. So we'll mix it up. It doesn't have to be all regulated. We're all here just to have fun, so we'll figure out how to do that. So do appreciate Nancy jumping in. Saw quite a few people are joining in tonight. We had Linda, I think, might have gotten confused on the time because she was really early in her chat. She was like a half an hour ago, so I don't know if she's back. But thank you, Linda, for joining in. Heather joined us until she had to put her baby down, so she's like she might come back later. We hadn't seen Heather from Plus One Thrifting in a while, so hopefully she and baby are doing well. And Edward has joined us from the West Coast. Oh, we're no longer in front of the Charmed House.
No, we have a
we're just going
different
to comment alone. So I like the Charm House. I'm not sure what that is. Nate is, of course, in the chat, and he will be moderating who is the first to claim. Yun Star Girl is joining us once again, so we're glad to have you coming back to join us. And let's see, Brian coming in from the Chicago area. We got Melody and Halem representing the Keystone State coming in tonight. Jan is joining us. Carrie coming in from Texas. And let's see, Michelle coming in from the frigid north of Minnesota. And let's see, we got even further north. We got Tim coming in, and I just learned today. Well, actually, we're gonna do a little trivia question to the chat.
That's a good trivia question.
It's an excellent trivia question because I felt quite uneducated. Where does the name Teofane come from? And Tim, you don't get to answer because I'm assuming you know. So I had no idea. I assumed maybe it was a last name or the street or town that you lived on. And I just found out what that was. So if anyone knows, I'd be curious if that is more common knowledge than I was aware of.
I didn't know it either, so I learned something new.
There we go. That's the goal. I've got to learn something every day. So thank you, Tim, for joining us. And let's see. He said hi to Nancy. Oh, we got Angela coming in from Chicago area as well. And let's see. Oh, we got Tammy coming in from the warm reaches of the South. Another Texan. Got Beth coming in from Texas. Got Tiger coming in from Arizona. So we got some people who are coming into the frigid Chicago online time while you're nice and warm. So let's see. My computer is telling me it is 6 degrees outside. So
oh man, that's cold.
Yeah, so everyone can just bask in that. Although Michelle and Tim are just laughing at I'm in shorts and t-shirts for that. I am in my palm tree shirt. So
very Florida, Patrick.
Yeah, for them it's nice and tropical. 6 degrees. It's positive. Let's see. Brenda is joining us
here.
What's that?
I said it's 74 here today.
Oh. 74 at 11 o'clock at night. That's warm. I don't want that either. So
no, I want it to be like 50 degrees. That's my type of weather.
Yeah, I'm my favorite's like kind of right in the like low 60s where it's good enough for shorts, but then maybe a long sleeve shirt. So it's like you don't have
Yeah.
to have a coat, but it's not quite. I don't want to be sweating. That's my
No,
big
that's
thing.
the worst.
Absolutely, and the humidity's got to stay down. Claudia has joined us. Claudia K Vintage, and Cheryl coming in also from Canada. I got a lot of people joining in. Angela H tonight joining in. We got Blackie Jr. again. Blackie Jr. of the future past. Oh, yikers. That's a new one. That used to be something else. Blackie Jr. used to be something. I can't remember what the extension was, but there used to be something else. Freddie Fines, and there's Sam coming in also from the frigid north of New Hampshire. Let's see. I'm always afraid I'm going to miss somebody when I'm trying to get into this level of detail. Oh, Releve coming in from West Coast. And all right. I think I caught everybody. I apologize if I missed over. Did I miss anybody, Katie?
Steph is here. LJ is here.
Oh, excellent. Oh, Jerry's here. Kim.
So we had quite a few people tuning in tonight.
Minus 30.
Ooh,
that's nuts. Okay, now I feel I should be my tropical shirt. Minus 30. Holy cats. Tammy's saying in her part of Florida it's only going to be 48. So I can't remember where she's at.
Colder, because last night it was down in the 30s. So
you're kidding.
It does get cold here on a rare occasion.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining in tonight. Appreciate your time. It probably will be a relatively short one. Oh, we got another negative. Richfield, Minnesota. I don't know how far north that is, but anytime you're going to get into Minnesota, you're going to get cold. Oh, and Tammy's in Tallahassee. So look farther.
Tallahassee, yeah.
Okay. And Tim, negative 11 Celsius. So let's see, for the morons of the United States, that's around 10, I think. So am I actually are you actually warmer than me? So I know negative. This is your other second factoid for the day. Negative 44 Fahrenheit is the same as negative 44 Celsius. That's where the two they cross, and that's where they meet. It's either negative 40 or negative 44. So if it ever gets that cold, it doesn't matter if you're in Celsius or Fahrenheit because it's the same. So
and then, I didn't see anyone guessing the Teophane answer. So
yeah. So Teophane is the name of an opera. So what was a Lottie opera? So we now know that is where Teophane comes from. So I'm assuming that Tim is an opera-phile. So I do enjoy opera, but I can't say that I am schooled in it. So
no, me either.
Now we know. And Edward's just showing off 75.
And
that's why California is so desirable, because it's like 75 all the time. Yeah. I don't remember what part he's in,
perfect.
But absolutely. Just that middle, it may fall into the ocean at any moment, but hey, at least you're going to have good weather until it happens. So very good. All right. So we're doing the live sale tonight. Do have a couple names that I didn't recognize. So really quick crash course for the sale, the way the sale works. My channel does not do offer ups or auctions. So everything I show you tonight, I will tell you the price. When I tell you the item number, that is the price you will pay. If you are the first person to claim it in the chat, Nate will determine who is the first person he sees. You will be the person that receives it. So if you are not seeing these little notes here on the side, you are not in the chat, you're in the comments. So just make sure you're looking at the chat. If you're doing it mobile, you will need to be in the app version, not on the browser. So most of you, that's kind of old hat by now, but there are a couple new names. So just kind of mentioning that. And the first item that I will be offering tonight is what I've been doing lately. It's my mystery box.
Yay,
yes, believe it or not, I do still have the boxed 70s/80s mint in box maxi pad. This is one item that will actually end up in the box. And this is the one item that I changed a little bit different to how you claim it, because they are popular. I'm going to make you guess the number instead of telling you the number. So I've changed it up a little bit. In 2022, we are now doing a $25 mystery box, because I also have a cheaper box later. So this is $25. I would say the last couple that I've done, when I kind of itemized what was in there, each box was worth well over 40, and a couple were worth over 50. So you'll have a variety of items in it that hopefully you'll find some things in that you like, and hopefully you find fun. So the boxes are $25 plus the shipping cost. you get to guess the number. So it kind of levels out your internet speed. So I will tell you the range, and the first 2 people that guess the correct number will be the 2 people that get to claim one of the $25 mystery boxes. So this mystery box the number falls between 60 and 70, between 60 and 70. So Nate does know the number, so he will be watching for that number to show up. And you guess the number between 60 and 70. The first 2 people that guess it will receive the mystery box.
And Patrick's mystery boxes are wonderful. I received one, and there is so many cool items inside. And I love, of course, the Mint Box Maxi Pads, because that's just so fun. You know, you have someone over, they come into your bathroom, and they're like, why do you have vintage Maxi Pads? And you have a whole story, so it's a good conversation starter. Definitely. Okay, I see a couple of numbers now. You guys can keep guessing there.
Yeah, you can guess more than once. Just enter the number, then just keep entering. That's the downside of the later time slot. I've lost some of my regulars that like the mystery boxes. So hopefully, maybe we won't even have 2 people that want this.
All right, I see. Maybe there's a bit of a lag tonight.
I think there's a little bit of a lag. I do see the number once.
Yep, I see it once too. But Nate is going to be the end-all, be-all of the numbers tonight because, well, all of them come in at the same time. So I don't want to misspeak. Let's see. Okay, people are still guessing. All right.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead. The number was 61. So Angela H receives one of them. And what I will tell you is Edward, Michelle, Blackie, and LJ, if you want one, you can have one. Type in 61 and you can have it. So we have less of a competition tonight. I think I can handle doing 5 or 4, however many that ended up being. Okay. So if you want one, it's 61. So, and I have enough maxi pads. You all will still get a maxi pad. So
I can't believe you still have some left, Patrick.
I know we're running out. So Cheryl, I don't know if you've actually gotten a true mystery box. I think did you get a mini mystery box? The mini ones did not have the maxi pads in there. I don't remember sending many mystery boxes to Canada, but if you did get a mystery box and I forgot to include maxi because they're super lightweight, I would have included it. I will make sure you get a freebie one in your next next time. If you buy something from me again, I will send you a freebie.
Okay, I see Fiona also wants one, so fantastic. So Angela and Fiona is getting one. LJ
is Fiona Blackie?
Yes.
Okay.
And let's see. I don't see anybody else, but the chat is running a little bit slow tonight. So might take this moment, folks, and refresh. Make sure you're in live chat, not top chat. And that will help keep up to date with the feed.
And that's exactly what I was going to ask you, Blackie, if you wanted, because I didn't think I'd told you before. So yeah, just make sure you email me your information to the email address that's on the screen. And then LJ looks like is claiming one as well.
Yeah. So congratulations, guys. You're going to love those maxi pads.
Okay. Yeah. And I just looked on my phone, and yes, there is quite a bit of a lag tonight. So, it is what it is, and so hopefully we'll just make the best of it. Again, it's a relatively short sale this evening. I will throw out, and this will stay available throughout the evening. The other thing I've started doing is the mini mystery boxes. Now, what I've discovered is with the mini mystery packs, what's been happening is I've sold a handful during the sale, but then I end up getting emails afterwards. People are doing them for gifts. So I'm going to show, for those of you who are not familiar with it, first you do get a coaster. So you get a Trusty Huckster Mercantile coaster. But I do have little gift cards. So if you do purchase a gift for somebody, I put one of these in there so they know that you purchased it on their behalf. So suddenly these little mini mystery packs, what we're doing is they're $15. That includes the shipping. And it's just basically a package of smalls. There's some ephemera. There's some small, just like trinket things in there. Always going to be worth well more than the $15 you're paying. And that $15 does include shipping. So if you want one, go ahead and claim one. I do as many as you want. I've got some of them prepackaged. Give me number 45 so I know that you want one. And then if you want to give one as a gift, just send me the information into an email separately, and I would more than happy to create one for a gift because I had several garden gifts last week. So the gift version is $45. It's $15, which includes shipping. So there's no surprises. It would not include shipping to Canada, but it does include shipping to the United States.
I love those little mini mystery packs. What a great idea, Patrick, because there's so many fun things you can include in those.
And that's it. They're so easy to pack that I can put a lot of stuff in them. So I think, let's see, Catherine Young did an unboxing video. She did a head-to-head of my mystery box against Kim's mystery box, which was a fantastic mystery box as well. But mine was $15, including shipping. Kim's was $15 plus shipping. And so it's hard to kind of compare the two. But in the comments, I was very fascinated. I wanted to see, like, did people like it? And in the comments, people were like, oh my God, they're like two totally different types of boxes, but they were still both fun. So, it is. It's just fun. And so, and particularly, it's something inexpensive to give as a gift. So so one of the ones that went out as a gift went to Christy at Tippy Winks, and she posted, I think in her stories, she posted like everything that she got, and it was nice to see that she was happy with it.
Fantastic. So Angela, dear Angela's Vintage, and Sam Doyen are picking up 2 of the mini mystery boxes. So fantastic. So one for Angela and one for Sam.
Excellent. All right. So that's those. All right. So for the rest of the sale, we have a trunk down elephant for the evening. So this is, I had to do a little bit of digging, and I don't know if you've seen this before. This is a amethyst, or in my opinion, it just looks black to me. I'm looking straight into the light, and I do not see any purple to it. So either just black or black amethyst. Glass trinket dish, rectangular, with the trunk down elephant on it. And you can see there's kind of like, you can see there it's raised a little bit. So it's not just a flat lid. You've got a little bit of height to it. And after quite a bit of Google lensing and searching on both WorthPoint and eBay and just the internet, determined that this is Greensburg glass from the 30s. Now, I was not familiar with Greensburg glass, so that I wasn't particularly knowledgeable on, but they do several different pieces, including ashtrays and a couple things with this exact form of the elephant on the little pedestal. So there's quite a bit of sales activity with it, some in the black, a lot of it in like pink and peach and some of the other amber colors, but the black I just think is pretty sharp looking. So I looked at what they were selling for, and pretty much the blacks were all selling between 35 to 50. Some of the other colors were actually a little bit more valuable. Well, I'm selling it for 25. So $25 for the Greensburg glass trunk down lidded trinket dish. $25 by giving me number 1. 25 number 1. I don't know, Melody. Are you familiar with Greenberg glass, Katie? She's asking if that's Greenberg, Pennsylvania.
No, I'm not familiar with Greensburg glass. I've never.
I had never heard of it.
But that is going to spark a fun little research project for me. So that's exciting. Angela H. is picking up the wonderful trunk down elephant. So
excellent. Always want to see a trunk down elephant go to a good home. So thank you, Angela H., for picking it up. And I agree, Lucinda. The black, I just think looks awesome. And trust me, I considered keeping it, but can't keep everything.
No, that's always the hard part.
All right. So the next item that I have, and I will say, Katie and I did a duo dive. I think it was a duo dive with Cindy from Mimi's Treasure Cottage, and talking about her collection of cupcake toppers and cake toppers that she had. And she mentioned that she collected floral picks. Guess what I have? So these are, it's new old stock. It's still sealed in its original packaging. It still has the original price tag for how these would have sold. These are 14-inch long. So Steph is saying it is Pennsylvania. So there you go. Greenberg glass was in Greenberg, Pennsylvania, Melody. Thanks, Steph, for looking that up.
Fantastic, Steph.
Hey, Pam. So these would have been, they're all the same design. I'm trying to show it to you. They're all Mother's Day design. So there's kind of like I don't think that would be considered this. It's just a girl in a bonnet. I don't think she's Sunbonnet Sue. because she's more face on, where I think Sunbonnet Sue's more at a profile. But there are 4 in the blue, 4 in yellow, and 4 in pink. So it's a set of the original 12. There's a tag in here for quality control, or for the way it was sold. Of course, I can't get it to pop out, but it's behind the paint. There it is. So you've got the original tag that is still in there. I will say I offered these to Cindy first. There is a benefit. If I know what you collect, if I come across it, you'll get first dibs. But she is trying to build her collection with things that are smaller. So she does collect the floral picks like this. And these would, I think I said it, these would have been when you got a big bouquet of flowers. This would have been you'd stick in the vase or you stick in the paper, because it's quite long to be able to stick in a vase. So it is an instant collection. You have a set of 12 of these. So either you can send to 12 mothers, you can resell them, or you just have an instant collection of vintage flower picks, as they're similar to the cupcakes, etc. These do not appear to be, it's hard with the plastic because it's that old plastic, so it's got a weird shine and stuff to it. I don't see or feel, no, I don't see or feel a name embossed in the back. So I don't know if these are Wilton or if these were somebody else. I did pick these up with an entire collection of Wilton cake toppers. This just happened to be in there, but I'll be honest, I didn't know what they were until Cindy mentioned them. She talked about collecting them. Like, oh, that's what those are. So here's a set of vintage floral picks, full set of 12, 3 colors, 4 of each. You get all 12 for $10. So less than $1 a piece. You get all 12 for $10 by giving me number 85. $10.85 for the set of flower picks.
And someone pointed out in the chat that they would be great for crafting, and I agree. If you wanted to do some sort of the vintage lollipops like Pam is making, or some sort of bouquet, they'd just really be great for that. And anything with the original price tag is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I just held it in the light, and I realized I did feel something. It says Japan is what it says on the back. Okay. So it does say Japan. And you'd hate to do it, but you could also snap off the length of this and make it a lot smaller. So you can put it in a little band or something like that. But yes, very cool. Doesn't look like we've got any takers, so we will set that aside. I also forgot to announce what was in my eBay sale tonight, so that doesn't matter because the eBay auction just ended. But I do have 2 new items that are starting in eBay that started 5 minutes ago. So I will showcase those really quick and just showcase what is currently. I don't do auctions on my live sales, but I do have an eBay store, and that's where my auctions go. So this is, if people really pay attention to my videos in the past, this is an Edna Orr Young. It's part of her Shadow Dancer collection, but this one's a little bit different. This is a signed Edna Young Shadow Dancer, but it doesn't have the movable parts. It is a three-dimensional rocking horse wall hanging. So you've got the little hook for it to hang. You've got 3-dimensional for the stirrup, and then you can see the legs. It's got all 4 legs, and they're slightly separated. And it is signed and dated Young, copyright 87. So these are handmade, Edna Orr, O-A-R, Edna Orr Young. These are quite collectible. I've had the Santa before, and I picked this up because I had the Santa. Well, it turns out the Santa sells for a lot more. So these don't sell for as much, but they are still collectible. And this one is not as common. There's a lot of she has a lot of tin soldiers and things like that. This one, there are not any currently available in any Etsy or eBay. So based on what's out there, I figured I'm not 100% sure the best way to price it. So put it up for auction. So this is currently up for auction. Thank you, Nate, for dropping the link. And that is currently available, and that will end in my live sale next week. And then the other item that went up.
Michelle Emancipation 300 would take 85. The floral picks, and she'll have you send them to Helen Booty, but she'll email you about that.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Michelle. All right, write that down. And then the other item that just went live 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago now is a vintage manicure set. So it's got the original leather case with its snap, and it's still functional, and the leather is not torn, with mother of pearl handles. Now, what's unique about this, or interesting to me, I don't know if it's unique, but I don't carry these very often. So one, you get the little buffer piece. It's got a handle to, like, as it goes flying down. It's got a little handle that you can like sneak your fingers into to buff. The leather has been worn quite a bit. So it is, I don't know if this can be repaired or replaced. I'm not exactly sure what this would originally have been. So you do have a little bit of wear on that. And then all of the individual pieces, you've got the nail file, which has a mother of pearl handle, a pair of scissors, which says they're marked Germany, and then 2 pieces of cuticle pushers, one with the metal, and then one that's all mother of pearl. But then what's odd about this one is it includes a pen. So it still has the mother of pearl handle. You can see how it kind of gleams. And this is something that Nate helped me out a little bit. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but on the nib, it actually says, you can kind of see the letters are there. It says solid gold. Now, it's a pen nib, so solid gold doesn't mean solid gold in the sense that the rest of us would think, ooh, that's worth a lot of money. They are worth money, but it is, so metal mount, the pen nib itself is what says solid gold. The problem is, you can kind of see it here in the picture, and I posted a picture of it in the eBay listing. I don't know if this was already broken or if they broke it, but it was too long to fit in this case. And I'm sorry, I don't know why you would have a pen in a manicure case. So I don't know if this was originally part of the case, but with its broken nib or with the broken handle, it still barely fits. So thank you, Nancy. Dip pen. I couldn't think what the proper term was called, because not a fountain pen. You'd have to dip it in, but it's got a broken tip. So the nib is fine, but the back end, you can see it's been not very cleanly cut down. So whether it was broken already and they said, oh, hey, look, it fits, or sadly, they purposely broke it so that it fit in here, you end up having what technically is, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a total of 7-piece kit, but one of them's the pen. So I don't know if that's original or not, but it's still cool. The other ones are in great shape. The nail file and the one cuticle piece are definitely part of the same set because they both have the tapered handle on the end. So they both have those 2 pieces definitely went together. This piece also, I question if it was original, because you can see how big the loop is that this is sitting in. It seems like the loop is way too big. So, and actually just the glue just kind of came across on that. So I'll have to make a note on that in the eBay listing. So it's still a great little piece. I just don't know how much of this is original. So this is also up on eBay, and that will end next Thursday during my live sale. So next item that's selling tonight is, I thought this was fun. It is frighteningly close to a clown, so I should have done a trigger warning. We have a jester, and it is a scorekeeper. And what this is a fairly heavy desk piece. I would think it would sit out. Has a fairly heavy metal lid to it. It is a score sheet for, I don't know, would that be bridge? But what's cool about it is what's in the lid. So it pops open, it sits on the desk or sits on the table, whatever. It's got a felted bottom, so it wouldn't slide around as much. It's a metal top. But when you pop it open, you have these little instruction sheets for canasta, bridge, pinochle, and gin rummy. So you actually have, I don't know how to do pinochle. So there's something called
pinochle.
Yeah, there's something called a meld. So it kind of gives information on how to keep track. So, and what's really nice about it, you can see on the side, some of the pages have been used. So there we go. Some of the pages have been used, but this pad can be replaced. So if you didn't want to use this as a score card, you could just find a pad of paper that's the same size, or even just cut down some loose sheets, and you can slide them into that, into this topper. This could just be a regular notepad. So I just thought this was kind of fun. I thought it was cute. It doesn't have any marks or makers or anything on it. Probably maybe had a sticker at one point. Just the fact of how well made it is, how heavy it is, and what it's covering. I'm thinking 50s, maybe 60s. We were talking like bridge party things like that. It's a fun little piece, and it's $8. So $8 for the Scorekeeper Jester deck pad. $8 by giving me number 15. $8, number 15 for the Scorekeeper.
And I have to say, not to brag, but I am pretty good at Gin Rummy. I like Gin Rummy a lot. But I'm not good really at any of the other games because I don't think that I've tried to learn them. And I see LJ picking up number 15.
Excellent. So thank you so much, LJ.
And Patrick, your audio is just a little choppy all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on with that.
I got to notice that my modem or my router needs to be replaced. And even though I'm not even on Wi-Fi or I'm hardwired into it, I keep getting a little symbol saying that my connection is unstable. So I apologize.
No, that is no problem at all. We can still hear you.
All right. And if not, just let me know. All right. Next item is a fun little lot that I picked up. If you got little kids, you got grandkids, and you're looking for them that they're prove to them that books actually used to be printed and you could actually turn the pages on real books. It is a set of basically tools. What does a hammer do? What do pliers do?
Ooh, fun.
What does a wrench do? What does a level do? And what does a saw do? And what does a screwdriver do? So you've got 6 books in the collection. They are from Lerner Publications Company. There's a website on here, so these are not particularly old. I just thought they were more interesting because that it was kind of a set. Actually, don't even see a copyright. But this is how they're written. It's 1 picture per page, and it's just like some great graphics for little kids. Very simple words, very simple sentences, so they can learn to read. So it's called First Step Nonfiction. And I think children, babies shouldn't be able to leave the hospital without a book in their hands. Get kids board books, whatever. And these could go to a girl too. So this is a great little set of they're pristine condition. These were never used by a kid. I do actually believe these were from a salesman because I picked these up at a library show. I think these were samples from a library salesman. So these were just sample books. There's nothing wrong with them. They were never put into a library. They're not labeled or anything. And it's a set of 6 books that I'm selling for $5. So less than $1 a book. And because of the educational, these can go medium mail. So weight wise, they're not like super heavy, but probably want to ship a medium mail to save some money. So $5 for the set of tool books by giving me number 12. $5, number 12 for the tool books.
Those are fantastic. And yes, girls can enjoy tools and have fun learning about fixing things. So that is a great set also for your granddaughter as well. And I see Old Stuff Beth, Texas picking that up.
Okay, I see 4 people all came in at the same time. So I just want to make sure that Nate agrees with you. But I love what Michelle is saying. Gave my nephew 1,500 nails and a hammer. Now, I don't know how old your nephew is, but that's a great gift. Just give him a piece of wood and 1,500 nails, and you just go to town.
That is a fantastic gift.
Old Stuff, Beth does get it. So Katie had it right. All right. Thank you so much, Beth. I hope whoever you give those to enjoys them greatly. Again, I think all children should be encouraged to read. So next.
Absolutely.
He was 6. That's awesome. That is so awesome. All right. Next item I've had, if you've been watching my sales in the past, I've had a lot of items that are coming that came out of a Wade collector estate. This is one of them. I do have a copper luster collection. You can see above my head. My copper luster tends to be the 19th century copper luster, but the style that it's made in is the same. The newer ones, it's usually just on the sides and they're stamped with Wade. So this is most likely from the 40s or the 50s as opposed to the 19th century, but it is an absolutely pristine condition. No chips, no cracks. The luster is a really pretty gold. It's called copper luster, but it kind of has a gold finish to it. Just a sweet little form. Use it for a functional creamer because it is glazed all the way on the inside, or just use it for a display, for a vignette. Hold a little air plant or turn it into a vase. It's a gorgeous little piece. Wade copper luster pitcher, and it's $9. So $9 for the Wade copper luster by giving me 46. $9.46 for the Wade.
That is a gorgeous piece. And interestingly enough, I just saw one of those today at my local antique mall. Not quite that same shape, but I thought it was a really neat piece. And those are nice because they fit in with any style that you have in your home. That metal just is a great accent. Excellent.
All right. The next item I have, now these could also, we want to be unisex in all of our gifting. So the tool books can go to a girl. Well, we have blue and pink handkerchiefs. And if you want to put those to a boy, knock yourself out. So these are a pair of vintage handkerchiefs with, let's see, I'm going to say embroidery. Let's see how it's done. I'm also going to say it's machine embroidered. It's very, very clean on the back. It looks like that was stitched with the machine. Now, it's possible a housewife would be able to stitch with a machine, but it's not hand stitched. It's very, very clean. The knots are very tight. There's not a carryover on the thread. But it's a linen weave. Let me open it up. I'm seeing a lot easier because I've got the light coming to me. So I don't know. Well, you can kind of see me through it. So hello. You've got this pair of kind of pinkish cream floral and vine on the bottom. So this is the blue, and that has a yellow bottom. And I'm selling it as a pair along with the pink, which has pretty much the same floral design, but then a little bit more blue accents with the blue on the bottom. So you've got both of the handkerchiefs. We're selling them as a pair, and they're super lightweight, so I can put them into a little poly bag and ship them for virtually little postage. $6 for the pair. So $6 for the pair of linen vintage handkerchiefs. $6 by giving me number 26. $6.26 for the vintage handkerchiefs.
Those are gorgeous, Patrick. I love the design on them.
Yes, those are fun. Those were a nice little pickup. I love them when they're hand done, but they were sweet enough that I saw nothing wrong with having the fact that they were machine done, because that's what you would have bought when you went to a department store. They would have been already stitched up like that. All right, moving away from the fancier linen feminine side, Batman. So we've got Batman, boy, girl, anything you want. We've got complete uniformity. Everyone loves Batman. DC Comics. It is, like I said, I had picked up some Wilton cake topper pieces before, and this is the Wilton 1982 copyrighted or licensed by DC Comics. So you've got an amazing little cake topper with of Batman. Now, this one unfortunately did not have his original packaging. He's in great condition, so I don't know. I picked this up literally with dozens of others, and almost all of them were in their bags. This one was not, but it doesn't look like it was used. So I don't know if this was somebody who did this, like they resold the stuff, or they had a retail store. For some reason, this one just didn't have the packaging. So it's not as valuable as some of the ones that are online with the packaging, but it's Batman, and he's still in great condition. So he's only $8. $8 for the little Batman cake topper from Wilton, 1982. $8 by giving me number 2. $8, number 2 for Batman.
Gotta love Batman.
Did you ever get into comics? Like I watched the Batman television series, but even as a kid, I was never that big into the comics.
No, we never read the comics really, but there was a Batman animated segment that was available at Blockbuster when we were growing up, and my brother was so excited to rent that movie that we must have watched it hundreds of times. And if that movie was not at the Blockbuster, my brother was really little, he would cry because he wanted to watch the Batman movie again.
LJ, it's mahjong. That's what you're trying to think of.
Oh yes, mahjong. My grandparents play that. I have never really tried to learn it. I've heard it's complicated.
There's a digital version you can play on your phone. I've played that, but I don't know if that has anything to do with the actual version. I think the extent of my seeing it being played is they play it in Driving Miss Daisy, but not long enough to actually understand the rules. So, all right. Next item, if you have followed my channel for a while, also Katie's, about a few months ago, we did a duo dive where I was hosted on Katie's channel, and we showcased my collection of punch boards. Well, got one for sale. So this was a duplicate of one that I have in my personal collection, and I purposely bought the duplicate because I planned on doing a game or something for my anniversary show or for my birthday show or whatever, and it just never happened. And several other channels, including Katie's, have started doing games that I just, at this point, I'd rather go to somebody who could use it that has, that integrates that already into their show. So this is the Cuckoo Punchboard. If you're not familiar with punch boards, they are game boards made of some sort of level of cardboard, or some of the older ones are wood. And they have these little paper covered holes. There's a key in the back. This one, the place where the key is held has been punctured, but you can hear the key is still in there. So you punch the key. You punch the key, goes into the hole in the top. It punches through the back, and there's a little piece of paper in there. And in this particular one, this is the game that gingers up the gang. Place Cuckoo in the center of a circle formed by all players. Each in turn punches out one slip, reads it aloud, and does whatever it says. If a player is not willing to do his stunt, he is Cuckoo. When all have a turn, start over. So the things that you end up having to do are like walk, quack like a duck, or walk backwards, or whistle, or different things. So this is the little sales sheet that came with it. It used to be attached. You can see there's a little blue thing in the corner, so it's come undone. But these were the other games that were available through Cuckoo for Kids. There was a fortune teller game, a tongue twisters game, and you can see age-wise, these are probably from the 50s. The game sold for 25 cents back in the day. Trust me, I paid way more than 25 cents. So this is copyrighted 1925. The game is later than that. They didn't change the copyright. That this is probably, but the art is probably from the 30s. These were used in the 40s to the 50s. So this is a Cuckoo Punchboard, new unpunched condition with the punch still on here. And you can see Cuckoo is made in 8 numbers, all different. 4 for adults, 2 for juvenile, 1. This is the juvenile version. So there would not be anything inappropriate if you did want to play this. And if you have a YouTube channel, if you wanted to play this on YouTube, or if you want to play it in a party that has kids, it would not be offensive. So the Cuckoo Punchboard game is $10. So $10 for the vintage punchboard, $10 by giving me number 32. $10, number 32 for Cuckoo.
That is such a cool little piece, Patrick. And I love the idea of actually punching those out and playing the game. And normally I don't go for that. I like to keep things original, but I think it'd be fun to see what's inside one of those. And just the satisfaction of punching those out.
Absolutely. I still have my original one, and I haven't punched mine either. That's why I bought the extra. I'm like, I'll just punch it out. No, I haven't risked punching it out either. So, all right. The next item, I got another small jug. This one, this is just one of these things I've always been attracted to. And, Tim and Cheryl may be more familiar with this. But this is, do you recognize this, Katie? Do you recognize that?
Extremely familiar, but I don't know why.
It is Hornsey. So it is a British pottery company. There's a show on Netflix called Sex Education. They eat out of bowls that are Hornsey. There you go. This is the heirloom pattern. It is very clearly stamped that it is Hornsey, England, and it has the name of the pattern on there. As the bottom is it's heirloom. Doing a little bit of digging, I assumed when I picked this up, this was a creamer. I've since learned that it's actually sold in England as a vinegar jug. Now, I've never heard of a vinegar jug. I was not aware you needed a jug for vinegar. I just, you have it in a bottle and you just pour it out of a bottle. I guess this would be something you put on your breakfast table for if you added vinegar. Okay, I'm at a loss. What would you add vinegar to on your dinner table? Is that something I can't think of anything.
Your salad, I would put oil.
Oh, yeah, I guess if you had two of them, you could have one for vinegar and one for oil. Oh, for your fish and chips, of course, we're British.
Oh, of course.
Of course, what am I thinking? Of course, there you go. So you'd have a pretty little jug to pour your vinegar with, which that's awesome. Or you just have a pretty jug. So it's just a beautiful brown color. It's got, I don't know if I want to say the darker is just a dark brown. I don't think it's black. I think it's just dark brown. And you can kind of see at the tips of each that this is kind of matte. And then the glaze, there's a couple places where the glaze kind of poured over into the matted section. So you can kind of see the difference. You can see the high gloss. There you go. If I do it against the light, you can see the high gloss on the glaze, which is that lighter, that beautiful, like ochre brown color, and then the darker is a matte, so it's not getting any reflection at all. I have just always loved these. I just never come across them. It's a British thing. They actually are not that uncommon, and they don't necessarily sell for huge amounts of money, but if you buy them from England, then they have to get shipped over here. If Dolores sees this, she's probably like, oh, I could probably pick these up in a charity shop for like £5, but then you got to ship them. So this is just something you just don't see that often. At least I don't in the States. So when I found it, I had to pick it up, and I'm selling it here for $15. So $15 for the little vinegar jug, or just a small jug, which some of the listings I found, that's what you'd pay for shipping it from the UK. So $15 for the little perfect condition, just a great little jug. $15, whether you use it for your fish and chips or you just have it for a pretty little vase and for a vignette. $15 by giving number 23. $15, 23 for the little jug.
And absolutely, LJ, you could put pancake syrup in there, although it'd be a little tough to clean, I think.
Oh, but that's true.
It would be great for that, or for a little flour on the table. I mean,
look how good it looks against my piano.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I do not need to start another collection.
I do see some takers, so I'll wait for Nate to let us know who's picking that up. And yes, it's going to LJ. So awesome, LJ. You're going to like that.
Excellent. Thanks so much, LJ, for picking that up. All right. Going into some industrial. This is all Katie's fault. So this next item, the only reason I picked it up is because I knew what they were from doing. Katie, for those that you did not know, Katie did my very first deep dive over a year and a half ago. And the very first deep dive she did was on typewriter ribbon tins. And now I'm always on the lookout for them. And I personally am attracted to the taller ones. So I actually have one that I'm selling here. Now, technically, this is an addressograph, and you can kind of see it in the picture. So, Katie, are you familiar with this? What was an addressograph compared to like a typewriter?
So these are a different type of office machine, and what they would have been used for is actually putting addresses on envelopes back in the day. So this, of course, like typewriters, did take ribbon that actually had ink, and then you could print the address onto the letter or the envelope. And this is a very, very neat early tin. These taller tins are early, particularly when you see not only the size, but of course, purple copying is a very early color.
That's what I liked about it, is the fact that it was purple. So this one's for you, Tiger. It's not literally for you, but I know you like purple. I love purple. So we've got the purple ink. So you're saying that was common early on? So I would have thought, okay, I was afraid that meant it was later. Because I'm like, when would they have had purple ink?
If you actually look at some early letterheads and things for different companies, you'll find a lot of that purple ink. So that's typically an earlier thing you find on some of the taller tins.
Excellent. We've got a question of what size it is.
So I would guess that to probably be from around 1920, 1930, something like that.
So including the lid, Cheryl, it is like exactly 2 inches tall. So it's 2 inches tall, and then basing it on the bottom, it is a square like 1 5/8 by 1 5/8. And I'm assuming the lid comes off. Oh, I haven't tried it. Yeah, it does. So you've got the inside, and then show really close because it's even got the design around the edge of the lid, which is just kind of cool.
These lithograph tins are absolutely marvelous, guys. And I want to say that that was manufactured by the American Can Company. I think it might say.
And I know you said sometimes it says on the edge, but I am not seeing it on this one.
Those might be closer to the bottom. Sometimes you find them around the very bottom edge where the graphics are on the sides sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. And I'm not, and the bottom itself appears to be completely unmarked. So I think at this point, I love the height of them because one, that they stand on their own. So like if you do put them in a vignette or you have anything, you actually get to see the graphics, where the puck ones, you have to like prop up and they want to roll and all that kind of stuff. So I do like, and I like the fact that they're older, and I would agree with the 20s simply based on their hairstyles. So you've got 2 different models on there and they both have that bobbed haircut. So I would say, yeah, we're probably looking at the 20s. So anyway, just a cool little piece, and it is available for $15. So $15 for the little addressograph tin, $15. They're giving me number 56. $15, number 56.
That is a marvelous bargain, folks. I love that tin, and it's one of my favorites in my collection at home. So you guys can have one as well and put that into a whole new fun collection or display of typewriter ribbons.
There you go. All right. The next item, I realize I'm taking a little bit of a risk because nobody claimed the last one.
Number 56 is going to Jan Goodwin. So thank you, Jan. You're going to love that.
Thank you, Jan, for picking that up. All right. Nobody picked up the pair of floral, but I do have another set of, or I have another handkerchief that I did pick up at the same time, but these are a little bit different. This one's a little bit different, and I think he's cuter. Who wants to put lipstick on the pig? So we've got the same size of the linen handkerchief that we had before, but now you've got stitched onto that is the word lipstick. And then you've got a little pig sitting at her vanity table with lipstick on her lips. So you're putting lipstick on the pig. I don't know if that's a phrase that everyone's familiar with, but there you go. So it is, again, I'll fold it up, but it's that linen so you can see through it. There is a spot in the corner, which is where the price tag had been attached by a safety pin. So I think that that would smooth itself out. And it's been folded for quite some time, but I don't see any wear around the creases. And then it just has a little like stitched hem piece. No, I guess that is fabric that's been stitched onto it. So but that's just at the bottom where you've got the lipstick piece. So this is a lipstick on the pig handkerchief for $5. $5.
What is it, Patrick?
What's that?
What color is it?
Let's see what I can compare it to. It's kind of like a mauve red. Let's see, what do I have that else could fit the color? Like these were pink. So it's a little bit darker pink than I would say it's more like almost a rust color, but it's kind of more of a mauvey pink.
That is the most unique little piece I think I've ever seen.
So it is $5. So $5 for the lipstick on a pig, lipstick handkerchief. Which is exactly what it had been used for. You'd carry it in your handbag, and then that's how you dab your lipstick off. So it had to be a dark color because you wouldn't want the lipstick to stain the white cloth. So you got the little lipstick on the pig, $5 by giving me number 49. $5, number 49 for the lipstick handkerchief.
And there is a saying, and I can't think of it, about lipstick on a pig. There's
Right.
something that my grandmother used to say, being from Texas.
Is usually somewhat derogatory because it's like, it doesn't matter how much lipstick you put on that pig, it's still going to be a pig. It's still unattractive. It's still whatever. So it's is usually tied to a negative.
And Cheryl Ross is picking up number 49.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for picking that one up. All right. I only got a couple items left. So next I've got a piece of jewelry. I usually like to have brooches when I've got Katie on, but this one I do not have as a brooch. I have what I should have sold for New Year's Eve. It is the Rhinestone Necklace. So you have a double strand of full prong set rhinestones that go all the way up to the chain with a rhinestone extender all the way down to the little knot in the middle. And then you've got kind of the flapper style 4 chains all come down at different lengths and have these little weights on the bottom to catch the eye. Unfortunately, and I'd be perfectly honest, surprisingly, it does not appear to be signed. Because they're prong set, I would have thought that there was some good time, effort, and money put into this. But I've looked, there's one of these little tab things on the extender. It is not signed. I can't find anything on anywhere on the chain, anywhere that says what this is. I'm just going to assume it's just a silver tone. It's just white metal. And they're just glass, rhinestones. But you can see as I just kind of run through here, none of them are dead. Like they're all high quality and they are closed on the back. So I don't know what era this is actually from. It's definitely trying to emanate the 20s or replicate the 20s. I just don't think it's that old. So maybe it's getting into the 70s. What do you think? You're the jewelry expert, Katie.
Well, that little piece in the center that comes down that's kind of oval shaped reminds me very much of the 80s.
Okay.
But it could be 70s. I don't know. But yet you're right. Someone took a lot of time to make that. And it's possible that there would have been an earring that would have gone along with that. And then the earrings were marked. And
okay.
Because sometimes they did that. Now, why, I don't know. But that's a gorgeous piece.
And I could totally see that it would not be a stretch for me at all to think that this is 80s, because I'm sorry, this could totally be Dynasty with the ginormous shoulder pads, going to town. So very blingy, very over the top. And Cheryl's agreeing that she thinks it's in the 80s as well. So it's just a cool little piece. I was able to pick it up relatively inexpensively, so I am passing. Okay.
Yeah, you had a lot of people wanting you to model it.
All right, hold on. I've got to figure out the clasp. It's like a little hook thing. Okay, I definitely have to use the extender. So hold on. Looks great with it looks great with the palm trees.
Yes, that is a look.
So there you go. Let's get it stuck in my microphone, but it actually is pretty decent size because it's fitting around my fat neck and still hanging down quite a bit. So there you go. Yeah, it kind of does look like a bolo tie, Michelle. Like I could,
I was going to say it does look very much like a bolo tie.
And I may be wearing it for the rest of the evening. I can't figure out how to get it off. Oh, there we go. All right. When you're not used to wearing it, it's there you go. So it is a rhinestone unsigned necklace, and it is $6. So $6 for the Alexis Carrington. I love it. Alexis Carrington necklace, $6. I give you number 47. $6.47 for the rhinestone necklace.
That is fabulous, Patrick, and it looks great on you or anyone that wants to buy that. And I see some people in the chat interested in the necklace. I'm going to wait for Nate, and let's see what Mr. Nate says from New Zealand.
Nate says $6.
That is the bargain of the evening. And yes, number 47 goes to Catherine Young. So congrats, Catherine.
All right. Great. Thank you, Catherine, for picking that up. All right. And my last item for the evening is going back into some industrial for Katie. It is a watch tin. Now, Katie knows about these. She actually helped me pick these out. This happens to be an Elgin National Watch Company tin, which is not too far away from me. Also, just as a weird little factoid, if you've heard of Borden Milk and Elsie the cow, they're also from Elgin. So Elgin made watches and cows and milk. So we've got the Elgin National Watch Company. I don't 100% know what would that number have represented? Like the part number, I guess?
I believe the part number, yes. That way it could be cataloged and you could look up what part you needed for what watch.
And then what was unique about this one, and Katie was a little stymied on this, it has another piece on the inside. So they both say number 96. This one also says number 96. And then this one goes into detail. So this one is saying what size it is. It's for a hunting watch, which is the pocket watch, for 7 jewels. So not the highest quality, but Elgin did quite a variety of quality of watches. So 7 jewels would have been kind of on the lower end. Compensation balance, safety pinion, stem winding. So I don't know if that's saying stem winding is what would have been in this, or if that's the compensation balance. Like that's the piece that I don't know, because this had the little number on the outside, but not on the inside. So then that tin, it's like, I think it's attached. I will just say I can't get it out. So I don't know how it's attached in there, if it's glued in or whatever, but it seems fairly secure. And as a result, I can't get the lid off of the inner one. So if you try really hard, probably you could get it off. I don't want to force it. So at this point, you're going to assume that you can get the lid off because it is another container on the inside. But that's assuming you want to try and use it. These just look cool. If you've got an industrial display, Katie's building a Planters peanut jar of all of her tape measures. Think of what a clear glass jar of all of these little watch tins could look like, because I picked them up from multiple companies. Some of them are round, some of them are square like this, some are higher and some are lower in height. They're all different art. They're just so cool. In general, what era would you say these are typically from when they're in boxes like this?
That's a good question, Patrick. I don't 100% know on the age, but with the paper label, I would think maybe 40s. For that would be my guess, due to the age of that. It is a gorgeous tin, and I've never seen one like that with the inside tin. So it really was interesting to me, and I think it's a great pickup.
I do still have another one, which will probably end up going up on eBay, but I might sell it. It also has another one of these like small tins on the inside, but unlike this one where I can't tell how that tin is attached, the other one has like a little mechanism that it locks into, and there's a little lever on the side. And when you pull the lever back, the entire box pops out. And then when you put it back in, it snaps in place. So it's like it's designed. So this one must have something done to design. Like I don't see a rivet. Well, wait a minute. I do see a rivet. That's why I can't get it out.
Okay, so it's riveted.
It's riveted in there. So I probably could put more pressure on the outs trying to get the top off, because it ain't going anywhere. I didn't realize that those were rivets. So this one is actually riveted in. So it's just a box within a box. And when Katie said that she didn't have any that had a box in a box, that's why I decided to pick it up. Like, okay, if Katie is collecting these and she's never seen one, this needs to be picked up. So she didn't want it herself. Unless somebody wants to buy it for her, but she did not choose to buy it herself. It's just kind of a cool little thing that she gave me the thumbs up that I was buying the right item, and helped me price it to be $18. So $18 for the tin in a tin for the Elgin National Watch Company. $18, giving me number 16. $18, number 16 for the watch tin box in the box.
Those are fabulous, and they do look really cool in the display. But it's also a unique piece of history, and I love learning about how watches are made. I wish I knew more about what came in there. I was assuming maybe it was a mainspring or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. It's just a cool 10. And I see LJ picking up number 16. So
Perfect. Thank you so much.
LJ.
Thank you so much, LJ, for picking that up. And that was my last item for the evening. I had a couple items that had not sold. So if anyone joined in late, I can show you some of the things that didn't sell. But for now, we ended up going slightly over an hour. I got a little chatty there. But I'm trying to keep these later night sales a little bit shorter. I'm sure the West Coasters don't even notice, but for the rest of us, it's starting to get late, and I've got an early morning in the morning. So I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and particularly those who chased me from my old spot and found me in my new time slot. Some point I'll go back to my old time slot, and hopefully you'll find me there too. And I'm going to have to make some decisions. Theater's starting to open up to a certain extent. I might want to be doing more shows. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this going forward. But I enjoy doing the sales. I've just decided let's keep it a little bit shorter, so we can just have fun. And great when I sell. If I don't sell, hopefully we're all enjoying stuff and maybe learning something along the way. So appreciate everyone hanging out. Again, great shout out and thanks to Katie and also for Nate for helping in the chat. If you came in later, just highlighting a couple of the things that did not sell. I had the lipstick handkerchief did sell, but I also had the pair of floral handkerchiefs that were the same size. These were for the pair. These were $6. So this is still available for number 26. The punch board was still available. So the little game, little activity punch board from the 40s, that's still available for $10 as number 32. And looks like the Wade copper luster pitcher had not sold. So that was number 46. That was $9. And Batman didn't sell. How did Batman not sell?
I know Batman's a superhero.
Nobody wants Batman. So we've got our Batman cake topper for $8, number 2. So those were the items. And then also don't forget, we have, I don't know where you like card, but I still have the mini mystery packs. Anybody can have one. So if you wanted a mini mystery pack, those are $15, which includes shipping. Just let me know you want a mini mystery pack. If you want to send it as a gift, I do have the little gift card. So whoever you send it to, they know that you're the one that bought it for them. So you can send me an email later if you want to do that as a gift, but you want it to be anonymous or a surprise, let me know later. But other than that, I appreciate everyone hanging out in the sale. And I did want to show something really quick. I missed promoting it, but trigger warning. She sold.
Yay.
So I have to look to see how much she sold for. When I started the evening, I think she was at $10. So she probably, I don't know if she sold for more than that. But that she sold for $10.50. So there was another bidder for it. So it sold for $10.50. I thought because she was damaged, I didn't think she was worth anything. So I appreciate all the people who follow me on Instagram. You were the ones that encouraged me, saying, no, there is still some value to her, even though she's damaged. I would have probably just sent her to Goodwill or maybe even thrown her away because she was damaged. So I'm glad that she's going to go to a good home. I don't know who it went to. Oh, it went to My Flea Market Treasures.
Oh,
so,
yay, Jerry.
So congratulations, Jerry. I don't think Jerry picked up anything else tonight. I didn't see her on anything else, but I'll at least have this going to her. And I'm glad that she'll be giving it a good home. So that is awesome. She's disturbing. I'm glad to get her out of the house.
Fabulous.
Yes. So she sold. I'm very happy. And I appreciate all of the hive mind encouraging me, telling me a little bit, because there was some debate whether she was reproduction or she was original. So I'm like, you know what? That's where eBay auctions come to mind. I'm happy selling for what I want to sell for, but sometimes I just don't know what it's worth, and put something on eBay, let the market determine. And she was worth $10.50. And I, perfectly honest, I'm a little surprised by that she's even worth that. But yeah, that's exactly right, Peterson. I'm glad that she was saved, because there is a market for this. I may make fun of it, and I do find her terrifying, but there are people that like that. Cheryl is asking about the brooch. The brooch did sell. I wasn't going to show that, but I will. So the brooch did sell. We did discover after it was listed that it was listener, not usner. So it is a listener brooch. And last I saw, it was at $10 as well. Let me see. It sold for $10 to somebody with the word loony in their eBay name. I don't think I know who that is. I don't think I've shipped to that before. So hopefully it'll go to a good home. I thought it would have been worth more, but I'm perfectly happy to take 10. But that is, I personally just found this very attractive, but
And
it's
beautiful movement.
It's not as blingy as what some people are looking for. So it's especially, and I screwed up. I called it Usner for the first half of the listing, and then I had to edit it to call it Listener, and so people wouldn't have seen it. So, it's due diligence. It's sometimes hard, it is marked, but it was even under literally under a loop, I still couldn't tell what it said. So we determined though it was Listener. So anyway, yes, that did sell. What did not sell, and I will be changing, it won't be an auction anymore, but I do still have the police report from 1887 for Birdie's public drunkenness. That did not sell, so that'll just get converted to a standard listing. But the others did sell, and then the two that are listing now are for those that might have missed it. These are live right now. So this is the manicure set in the leather pouch, and the Shadow Dancer from Edna Orr Young, Rocking Horse signed. So those are on now, and those will go live, or those will end next Thursday during the live sale next Thursday. So again, thanks so much for everyone joining in. Appreciate those of you who picked up items. I will try to be invoicing by this weekend so I can start shipping on Monday, and I will be back next Thursday for a sale. What do you have coming up on your channel, Katie?
We have a lot of cool things coming up on my YouTube channel this week. I'm very excited about. Sunday, you want to make sure you tune in for the next Tales from the Triptych, and I'll be telling my tale of all kinds of mystery clocks. So yes, there is more than just one mystery clock, and I am really excited to share those with you. That will be at 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And then this coming Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have Nate from My Vintage is 1976, and he will be sharing his fabulous collection and knowledge of Pyrex. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope you guys will join us for those two spectacular events.
Fantastic. So thanks again. So everyone who doesn't subscribe, I'm sure you do, but if you don't, subscribe to Vintage and Vinyl so you can catch all of Katie's posts, as well as the collaboration she just did with Dolores from Miss Damn Jewelry and Beth from Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties. How many videos did you end up getting? It ended up being over 20, didn't you?
Yeah, we had 25 channels join in, and Patrick did a wonderful video. So make sure you watch his video.
So yes, there was 25 videos, and what was nice, so it's Bring Back the Clear Glass in 2022 collab. So there's a hashtag. So there was 25 videos that are showcasing clear glass collections. Tiger was in the chat earlier. He posted one. I posted one, and what's nice is they some of them. One was as short as 3 minutes, and then there was others that were longer. Katie, so
I take full responsibility for my.
Katie wins the award for the longest one, but that's okay. It was still under 30 minutes. It was worth every fascinating moment of it. But there's a wide range, and there were actually many people I was not familiar with. So between the three of you co-hosting it, you drew a wider, and so I ended up subscribing, I think, to 6 new channels that I was not aware of previously. So that's always fun about the collaboration. So, and Tiger's still here. So there's Tiger. So definitely Tiger Showcase. He had some great pieces, some family pieces, and one of the largest grapefruits I'd ever seen. So he grew it on his own tree.
That was huge.
Weird world do you live in that you grow your own grapefruits? But so definitely check that out. You can find it on, you definitely find it on my video if you find it on my channel, or if you go to Katie's, within the description of the video or Tiger's channel, you'll see a link to go to the playlist to find the other the others. And if you start, even if you've never done it, if you play a playlist, it will play them in order. So you can just, sit back and watch all 25. So you definitely see that, and we'll see what the next collaboration brings us and who posts something next. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great night. And thanks for putting your trust in Trusty Huckster. Bye, everybody.
Bye, friends.